Hi BookTube, my name's Nadine, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do my August wrap up. I went for some very easy reads in August because, well, the last sort of 8 or 9 months have been really heavy with uni work, so getting back into reading I just wanted something that wasn't too taxing. So there are 5 books here. The first 2 were books for children really. Goosebumps. The first one I read was The Curse of Camp Cold Lake. I chose these books because I was flying with my son next to me, and so I didn't want to read anything on the plane that was going to be too detailed, that I would need to focus on too much, because honestly my son can be quite the chatterbox when he wants to be. And so I didn't want anything that I was going to, have to really focus on too much. So yeah, the first one, The Curse of Camp Cold Lake by R.L. Stine. This is about a young girl called Sarah who frankly is not that likeable a character. She is a bit whiny and she doesn't want to go to camp, but her parents send her. She's the sort of girl, she doesn't like bugs, she doesn't like dirt, she doesn't like people particularly. She's just quite happy doing her own thing by herself. She doesn't make friends very easily. But her parents insist on sending her to this camp that she doesn't want to go to. And yeah, she has a go at trying to be friendly with the other girls in the camp, but she kind of has a tendency to put her foot in her mouth and she makes a lot of mistakes, and so they don't like her very much, and there's a little bit of bullying going on. And so Sarah decides, I have a wonderful idea to turn all this around. I'm going to pretend to drown, and then everyone will feel sorry for me and they'll feel so bad for treating me like crap, and everyone will be my friend and love me. So she does this, she pretends to drown, but it doesn't go quite according to plan, and something else is in the water, and decides that actually, they'd quite like to be friends with Sarah. And it doesn't end particularly well for poor Sarah, but it's a kid's book, and it was an easy read. Definitely, if you have young people in your life, or you fancy something that's a palate cleanser, perhaps between heavier books, I quite like things like this. So yeah, that was that one. And then the next one I read was Welcome to Dead House. This follows a family that moved to a house that has been inherited by the father from a family member that he didn't know he had. I mean, that's always a red flag, surely. But there are other things in the house and in the town. It's all not as it seems. It was okay. I preferred the other one, but yeah, it was fine. Next, I read a book that was, I'm pretty sure, recommended wholeheartedly by Michael K. Vaughan. I'll put the link for his review of this down below, because surely this is a classic of horror literature. It should be on everybody's shelves. I'm fairly certain he said that. Fairly certain. And when he posted his review initially, I said, do you know what, I'm tempted to buy this. And he said, do it. Do it now. That was, of course, The Cats by Bertrand Ruch. I actually, now that I can think of it, I don't think Michael was a massive fan of this. Hey ho, I bought it anyway. And yeah. So this is kind of trash, really. If you can't hear me, that's trash. But it was okay. It was okay. I mean, I wouldn't go out of my way to pick it up, but if you happen to be out and about and you see it and you want something that's like a really quick read and you're curious, get it, you know. So this follows a couple, Jack and Amy, and Jack has for a long time longed for country life. It's a nostalgic thing. He had it when he was a child and he's always wanted it back. So he and Amy go and look at this house in Long Island, and they decide to get it as a holiday home. And you know, they go out there for the first summer. Everything's pretty idyllic. They're getting to know the locals. They get a lovely little kitten. A lovely, lovely family life, and you're rooting for them. Go on, Jack and Amy. Go on, live your dream. But they lose me pretty early on, actually, with that, because of a total dick move. This lovely little kitten that they had, when they're going back to the city, do they take it with them? No. Just leave it. Just leave it by the roadside. Because you know what, it's pretty cute. Someone's bound to pick it up. Dick move. I'm clearly an animal lover, and yeah, I don't approve of that sort of thing. Nobody does, surely. I mean, I know these sorts of things go on. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble now. So yeah, dick move there. But they go off, and yeah, I'm sure everything will be fine. And then they come back, and Jack notices there's a lot more cats around. A lot of cats. I mean, there were a lot of cats last summer, but God, there are a lot more cats around now, and they're looking at me funny. Those cats. But everything's fine. It's nothing. It's nothing. Surely it's nothing. And then livestock start getting attacked, and people start getting attacked. There are even more cats around. What is going on? Yeah, this is. It's pretty much what it looks like on the cover, to be fair. Yeah, as I said, it's okay. And then keeping with the cat theme, I went for The Cat Who Saw Red by Lillian Jackson Braun. I think this is the third or the fourth book in the Cat Who series. This follows Quill, who is a journalist. He's been put on the restaurant beat for his newspaper, and also coincidentally goes to live in an apartment building that their apartments are rented out entirely for people to do with cooking, or you know, in that kind of culinary industry. But part of the building is also a pottery, and he finds that living and working in the pottery is his old flame, who jilted him many years ago, and her husband, and they are now like ceramic artists. And he, you know, they get to know each other again, and old feelings kind of get ignited for Quill. And he loans her a large sum of money, and she disappears. According to her husband, goes off to Florida. She does it every so often, but something isn't right for Quill, and he decides to investigate, because he thinks that perhaps something else has happened to his old flame. These books they're good fun. They are very formulaic and workmanlike. You know exactly what's going to happen, but that's kind of the appeal sometimes. You know, that it's an easy read. It's not taxing. It is comfortable. But yeah, I enjoyed this. I'm looking forward to carrying on with my reread of the series. And then finally, it was another reread for me, and that was The Fellowship of the Ring, first part of Lord of the Rings by Tolkien. Everybody knows what this is about, surely, but if you don't, the Dark Lord, Sauron, he has managed to acquire all of the rings to rule everybody except for one. The one ring to rule them all. And he has been searching for this ring for a long time because it's been missing. The ring has been in the possession for some years by Bilbo Baggins, a now old hobbit, who decides that actually the time has come. He's had a long life. He wants to go off on his final adventure, write his book. Oh my gosh, sorry. And he bequeaths the ring to his young cousin Frodo, who doesn't really want the responsibility or the ring, but he's lumbered with it, you know? So things tick on though for a good while, like 50 years, but I mean, in Hobbit terms, that's still, Frodo's still a fairly young man. But then, kind of dark forces converge. It's discovered that Frodo has the ring, and Sauron dispatches his emissaries basically to go and reclaim it. So Frodo is thrust out onto this adventure. He really doesn't want to be on this adventure, but thankfully he's got some good people with him to help him on his way. And this is just, it's such a lovely read. There's something about the writing. It's kind of, it's sort of delicious. You can kind of sink into it. There's a long period where there's not a lot of action. My son is reading this at the moment. He's 11 and a half, and he's finding it quite a slow read. He's enjoying it, but it's not the fast pace that he's used to with books, because you have to really focus on the language, and it's the slow build up. But it's really, really lovely and comfortable and exciting. Hi guys, I was just checking my video over before uploading it, and I saw that it cut off the last bit, so I just thought I would pop on and say thank you very much for watching, and thank you to all my new subscribers as well. It's really lovely to have some new people to chat to, and I will catch you again very, very soon. Bye!